shows.
All right, so what do you want to hit first?
We live. However you want to do it. We live.
I'm gonna hit you. You hit you.
You want me to go first? Or you want to go first?
No,
Should they go first?
They go first.
They can
we
go first. All right, I'm gonna go to your page. Oh, look at that. I got a notification. You know what we didn't do? What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? But hold on 1 second. We still talking right now. We doing it different than other podcasts.
1
right?
second.
We just gonna do it that way.
1 second.
Oh, they didn't even see me, but now they see me. I'm gonna say it again. Hold on, Facebook. Hold on.
1 second,
we didn't get to do the show them how to subscribe on G-Chat.
Yeah, on the G-Chat.
But we're gonna send a video. I'll do the video after we're done.
Yeah, I need you to.
And we'll send it.
I need you. Yeah, I gotta know how to do that thing.
Yo, you got any music you want to start it off with? Because they're looking at us like, why are these guys just talking right now?
I like that.
What you like? What you like? Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me.
See, but the shit we want to play might get us cut off.
Again, good job, Facebook. All right, we'll just start out. We got 10 people.
Right.
What up? What up? What up? I go by the name. We live, ho. Haven't said that in a while.
Yeah.
My name is Mr. HYB, aka BI, and I am here with my brother.
Fly Nyce, aka Nyce. What up, y'all?
What up, man?
Back for another one of them. Whoop. GMS podcast. Grown man shit, ladies. Y'all welcome as well. It's just about being grown. That's
That's
it.
all
So
it is.
everybody's
Grown man shit.
Yeah,
Grown
yeah.
man shit.
Don't be fooled by the grown man shit. It's for men and women.
That's it. That's
In case
it.
people didn't know, we got to remind them every once in a while.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, but
But it's okay. We got new viewers. We got some new subscribers.
Yeah.
I'm excited to announce that our subscribership has increased by 2.
Right, a whole two.
We're going to show y'all how to do it because I'm getting
we're
tired
gonna
of the
show
emails.
people.
It's not hard. Go on your YouTube. Go to YouTube. Hit subscribe on that button, and that's pretty much it. It's not hard. But we're going to do a video for that.
Yeah.
So where you want to start this week, man?
Well, speaking of you know what I forgot to tell you
What's
was,
that?
you know how we just say, sometimes people get a little mad, oh, it's not just grown men. What about the women? Nice. I'm like, damn. Sometimes people get sensitive.
Let's
Sometimes
kick it
people
off just for the
sensitive, bro.
women then. Let's do something for the women.
Yeah, we gotta do.
Let's talk about something just for the women.
We gotta do something just for the women.
Shout outs to the women. It's Hot Girl Summer, from what I'm hearing.
Summer, yep.
Shout outs to y'all, golf clap.
Hot girl
You know what I mean? We don't ever get nothing like that.
Nah, we don't get nothing like that.
You know what I mean?
we don't. We don't get nothing like that.
Father's Day.
Father's Day.
But then you got women that want to take that away from us.
Yep. I was gonna say even that's not treated as special as Mother's Day.
So maybe this is why we do a grown man shit.
Yeah, maybe grown man shit. You know what someone told me today
What's
too?
that?
I gotta be careful with.
What's that?
When I put that status on Facebook about the little young black kid that I didn't know if I tell you if you saw the status. But
Go
long
ahead.
Story short, there was that's what I want to talk about. So we'll do it right now, man.
Let's go. Let's do it.
All right, listen. At my barbershop today,
Okay.
there was this woman that came in. She was white,
Okay.
and her child was black, but clearly like. You can tell he wasn't mixed, so
I read it.
Okay, so you're
Just-
you're
I'm
familiar
on.
with it.
Go.
Okay, bang.
Give it to the people
So
in case
clearly,
they didn't see
clearly
it.
the child wasn't mixed, and I did put in the status adopted, obviously, but someone had said something like, "Well, my mother's white, and she, I thought she was mixed anyways, but she made a valid point, and I was
Okay.
like, yeah, you know what? I guess it's not obviously he was adopted, so I should have switched it." But anyways, he clearly was adopted because you can tell he wasn't mixed.
Okay.
He was, dark, as like really dark. And I was
Okay.
like, okay, clearly it's not his mother. Anyway, so she comes in and I'm like, yeah, what do you want? She shows me a picture, literally, bro, of a white dude with a comb over and a hard part. And she's like, something like this. And I'm like,
That's a nice white boy cut, by the way.
it's a dope cut. But I'm like, I'm in my head like,
How
at
we
first I
gonna
was
pull it?
like, was she joking? But then she's like, yeah, do something like this. And I was like, well, I can't do that to his head. So I got a little frustrated off rip because
Okay.
I was like, okay, white woman, probably, adopted this young black kid.
Right,
She
right,
doesn't
right.
know her ass from her elbow about the cultural differences.
Yep.
Like, you could have at least pulled up the picture of a black person.
Okay.
And been like, hey,
I
maybe,
kinda want- yeah.
okay, but
Maybe that Tupac. Remember how Tupac had that
where it
Gumby?
could've- right. So
Coulda had the- yeah.
I was like, okay, you pulled a picture of a white male with
Okay.
a comb over. Like, you
Okay.
can look at his hair and tell.
Okay.
I don't know how she couldn't. But anyway, so I looked at the young man and I was like, yo, little man. I was like, what do you want?
Okay.
And
How old do you think he was?
He was probably 13.
Okay, so yeah,
Right,
you
so
can
he was,
choose.
so yeah, so and I got a little upset, because I already was like, boom, like, what are you doing?
Okay.
So, but anyway, he's like, I want a flat top. I'm like,
Okay.
okay, boom. So flat top you're gonna get.
Okay.
So I gave him a flat top or whatever. Long story short.
How
so
was the hair like to pull out?
Oh,
'Cause-
it was. This is what I was gonna say. In my status, I said not only did he have an afro,
Okay.
but it was super nappy.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And a couple people were like, "Yo, don't say nappy," and I was like, oh shit, my bad. Like I didn't mean to offend nobody.
Right.
Like obviously people know me. I grew up around a lot of black folks.
Yep.
And all my friends.
I don't know how to call it.
I don't know, but listen, that's what I was gonna say. That's why I was gonna bring this up.
Okay.
A lot of I've only heard all my black friends always, we joking around. What you know, oh, you nappy ass hair, boy, go comb your hair, your shit looking nappy or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. So I was like, I said, his hair was extremely nappy, not because he had black hair, but because she clearly didn't know that he had to pick his hair out or brush his hair. You can tell she wasn't familiar with any of that. So his hair was really, really nappy.
Right.
So I was like, damn. So I put it in a status. And a couple of people were like, yo, they weren't mad because these were people that follow me on Facebook.
So a good conversation was
so they
being
know
held.
I meant nothing
Shout
bad
outs to the grown people.
Yeah, shout out to Ashley and shout out to I forget her name. I gotta look her up.
It's all good.
She's cool too, and she was like, "Yo, I just don't want you to get into any issues with some people that may take offense to that."
Okay.
But I was surprised, is what I'm saying. I was surprised because I literally was like, "Oh, my bad." Like I didn't know that some people may take offense to that. Although I remember that radio host dude that did call the college girls. He was like, "Remember that? Oh, the nappy headed little whatever he called it, something like that." So I get it. It could be said in a derogatory way.
Okay.
But obviously, that wasn't what I'm saying. But I didn't even know that that would even kind of be. I didn't know because I'm growing up. All my friends, whether they were male, female, whatever, if a black person's hair wasn't taken care of the way that it should have been, people be like, "Yo, dog, look at your hair. It's all nappy. Go fix your shit or brush your shit."
Might have something to do too with you not being racist, so you didn't think that way.
Yeah, no, that's what exactly and I was just kind of surprised because I was like, "Oh shit." And it kind of also at the same time, I was like, damn, is that where we're at now? I can't say nappy.
Sensitive.
Like I can't say
well,
nappy.
You can't say nappy.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, damn, is this gonna be like
next time? Call me.
Like I get it. Like the N
Call
word.
me.
No,
no, don't call me because then they're gonna be like, yo, this dude plays Uncle Tom.
You might be the right.
Damn. Oh,
so I was
God.
like, that's why I was kind of like.
So what we gonna do about it?
And it was cool how people like I said, Ashley was like, yo, I wouldn't get mad because I know you and I know that you're not obviously racist.
Right.
You didn't mean anything mean by it. And said, all right, cool. And the other one was like, I'm just looking out for you because other people may get upset.
Especially with us getting in this type of
So I was like, all right, but like and after that, like I said, I was like, damn,
that's crazy.
Is that where we're at now? Like, is it gonna be another one of those like we may be able to say the N-word, you can't say it. We can say nappy, but you can't say.
Can we say cracker?
Damn. So 2 N-words? I get this one, but I can't say this.
I'm gonna switch it up, but can black people say cracker?
I don't care because most
I
of the
know
time,
you don't care.
No, I'm gonna
but
tell you
what
why.
are your white brethren? What's the word on the streets?
I mean, most of the time, I feel like when a lot of black people refer to white people as crackers, they're talking about the racist white people.
Okay.
They're not talking about me.
Got you.
They're not talking about my kind of white people.
Got you.
And I'm not saying white people that are from the streets. I'm saying white people that aren't racist.
They're
not talking about us.
Okay.
That's why, and I've broken that down to people before because like you just asked, I have had some friends or people that I've seen on social media that got brought up.
Got it.
And they're like, oh, we can't say the N-word, but black people call crackers all the time. And I'm like, bro, but you shouldn't take offense to that because they're referring to more often than not. Don't get me wrong, there are some people that just refer to all white people as crackers. I don't even entertain it. But most of the time, I would think more often than not, they're referring to racist white people, bro. So they're not referring to me, so I don't get upset by
Got you. Well, I'm gonna tell you this because so CJ was growing his hair out. My wife Jen, she wanted to grow his hair out and get some braids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And CJ was like, "Yo, I'm gonna get that Chris Brown look." You know what I mean? So I was like, "All right, cool, we could do that." End up buying this. You seen the foam brush, which kind of twists your hair and stuff. It looks good, but you gotta maintain it.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know where CJ's hair went wrong, but guess what? It got nappy.
Yeah.
So we went to the barbershop yesterday.
Of course. That's what I was told today.
I can say nappy.
Okay.
Someone got a problem, call me. I'm going to say nappy.
I'm just saying.
Okay? I got nappy hair.
I feel like you can say it too. I'm just saying.
Coarse. For those that are sensitive.
Right.
But you know what? This is what we're going to do because we're almost done fixing our intro. I think with the intro, we need to put rated. If you're not grown enough to talk about some criticism or some grown man shit or like real world things without being sensitive, don't come here.
Right. Yeah,
I want to say that up front.
Don't come here.
Because If you're coming to watch our podcast, you got to just be able to deal with just real life things.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we got CJ's hair. I chopped it off. I was like, hey, we starting over. We waving it right now. And he's like, yo, Dad, I like the wave. Okay. I'm like that's what it is,
right.
you know? Welcome to having smooth hair. And guess what? I got rid of the naps, even though I went a little lower just because you can see on top, so it's a little light. I did the what my brother likes to call that DJ Envy look, even though I left a little more than, you know, what I kind of wanted. I'm not really fully committed to the almost bald look. Right. But, man, listen, man, nappy's nappy. It is what it is. If the hair's twisted, it's a little crazy. I don't know. Yeah. Facebook, YouTube, tell us.
Yeah.
Because it looks like we got a lot of people watching us right now. Shout outs to all you guys.
I like what, Katia said. I'm happy you corrected yourself because the term was used to make black people, especially women, made to feel inferior. I even corrected the black people around me when they say it. I agree. But my thing is, of course, I never want to offend nobody.
Right.
I don't like to offend people in the sense
you're respectful.
Where not consciously offend people.
Yeah, you're respectful.
I don't walk on eggshells living my life not scared to offend people.
Right.
But I never want to offend people when I could just
trying to
have the option
them
to not offend them.
Right.
You feel me?
No, I understand.
But in this case, I do feel like that was kind of like, wow, hold on. Is that where we're at now? We're at the point where
let's expand upon that just because I'm annoyed by it. Right.
I thought, I was kind of like, wow, like, all right, that's where we're going. All right.
And to me,
I mean, if that's where we're at, fine. I'm not going to.
No, I'm not all right with it. This is where we're at, and I think it's a problem. I think it's getting worse.
I think it's a little,
and I blame technology for it, to be honest with you.
I think it's a little much.
I think people are just not having these things like conversations.
Right.
They're just typing. Like, I'll never forget this, and I'm not going to say who. I was typing something. I was like, let me get into my emoji bag.
Yeah.
First of all, using emojis is fucking annoying. I know we're gonna say we're not gonna swear, but I need to use the word fucking. Right. It's fucking annoying. Yeah. So I use a face. My typical face, I don't know if you notice my trend, is like this because I'm always thinking.
Me too. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I use kind of a smiley face.
Yeah.
And someone said, "Oh my God, you use that type of thing?" That means whatever they said, because as soon as they started talking nonsense, I already blocked them out. Yeah. And I was like, "This is insane that you're feeling a certain kind of way because of an emoji." So if now people are feeling about emoji, never mind words.
Right.
We're talking about a character.
Yeah.
On your Facebook, on your phone, wherever you're typing, and you need to understand. So what do I need? An emoji encyclopedia, a dictionary, a guide, Cliff Notes to emojis? Yeah. What's going on?
I mean, I grew up. I was born in the 80s. I grew up through the 90s. You know, Lost Boys. Yeah. Where, they had what was that album? Wasn't it? Something in Nappiness.
Yep.
Love, Peace, and Nappiness.
Yep.
Like, I never thought that was anything offensive. I know that it could have been said a certain. I don't know, dog. Like you just said. I mean, do we need a guide now as to like what is what? I mean, I gotta get a book now to be like, oh, you can't. Don't say that.
You know what? I just say it like this, man. If you know that, when you're offending someone, man.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a meter inside of all of us that, regardless of the words or thing being used or how you're saying it, you just know that there's intent behind it. Right. So for someone to just say, "Oh, I didn't mean," man, that's bullshit. Right. You're a barber. You thought that. It was probably what it is because you've been around us.
Right. I didn't think nothing of it.
Man, whatever. I'm gonna tell you this though. Listen, at the end of the day, if it comes to a point where we gotta be very selective as to who, my circle keeps getting smaller anyway, so it's irrelevant to me. Yeah. It's irrelevant to me. The only thing we gotta do is teach our children how to speak to certain people and deal with people that are smart enough to just get it. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Because like, if we gotta live like this, we're not even ever gonna move forward just to have conversation, man. Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know, man. Hold on. You can swear you're a black married man to a white woman, but it's okay saying nappy. I use the term to bring us down. Hold on. Let me read that back. Help me read this. You can swear you're a black married man to a white woman, but it's okay saying nappy, a term used to bring us down. Boy, bye. All right.
I'm not.
I need to bring this up. All right. Me being married to a white woman means that I just married a white woman. A woman, a female, that happens to be Caucasian. 1. 2. The term to bring women down, yes, it was used at a point in time and still is, but I and people in my circle, black women, don't allow those words to belittle them because they know who they are, how strong they are, and whatever the case may be. Again, I'm going to reiterate what I said earlier. If you come at someone, man, nappy da-da-da-da-da,
right.
There's intent. But if you're asking the question to the world and you put it out that way, I don't see the big deal in it. If anything, the only beef I had with your Facebook thing, and I don't like reading Facebook as much because to me, you got to have these type of conversations because there's a lot of things lost in translation and just typing, right?
That's why I like to clarify stuff when I come on here that I know I couldn't get to on Facebook.
I think you or Natalie or someone said maybe that kid was adopted. You assumed that person was adopted.
Yeah,
I'll tell you right now, we have mulatto babies. Is that still an okay? I think we can't use that word either. We got mixed babies. Is that okay to use either?
Yeah, I guess.
Whatever. I'm going to say they're my kids. I got mixed kids, right? My daughter, for the first year and a half, 2 years, her hair was nappy.
Right.
Because her mom didn't know how to take care of it. Right. Didn't know what to do. Right. Neither did I. So through conversations like this, we've learned about certain products. And now her hair's right.
Bro, my thing is this,
her hair's always been right, but guess what? It was really tight and coarse where people used to come and be like, wow, what's up with Leia's hair? And these were black people.
Listen,
so
if that word, which may have been used to demean somebody, right? But growing up around a lot of black folks, I've heard that word used by black folks way more than I've ever heard a racist white person try to use it in a demeaning manner.
It's because there's a lot of black people that
listen,
might have some nappy hair.
Most of the people that I know who are black and who have had some kind of racist experience with a white person, the word nappy wasn't what they dealt with. It was usually some other word. Majority of the time, it was probably an N-word or some other, like that what Reagan and Nixon were saying, like somebody called them a monkey. Yeah. Something like, the word nappy really wasn't something that black people that I grew up around ever was like, yo, man, like I've just never heard it like that, bro. Right. So I was really surprised today when that happened, and I was like, wow. But I appreciate, like I said, what them giving me, okay, be careful. All right, cool, be careful, and I appreciate it. I was just really surprised, like, wow, that's where we're at now. Yeah. And like, look at right there with that one was kind of like, I didn't even understand what the point of bringing up the fact that you were married to a white woman
I have no idea.
had to do with anything.
I have no idea.
I don't get why people even
I'm still reading it again.
I don't even get why people bring that up.
Because maybe just because, and I'll allow her to call, and I'm not going to say defend, but continue this conversation to an extent because we got a whole bunch of other things to talk about. But maybe because she's allowing that word to affect her world. Again, I reiterate, certain people I deal with don't allow certain words to affect them. It has nothing to do with me being married to a Caucasian woman. It just has to do with us understanding where we stand among certain people. Now, I'll reiterate again. If someone came to me and said, you nappy-headed little boy or whatever, that tone is telling me you're trying to belittle me. Right. But guess what? Like my boy Jerome.
Listen, the tone is everything. You don't even, if we're going to say, well, this word, okay, well, tone is everything. You don't even have to say nappy. You don't even have to say the N-word. You can be like, yo, you stupid black mother. Right there, dog.
Boom.
Is it gonna come down to like you can't call people white or black anymore? You can't man. Like listen, man. The context in which something is said, is how you can really understand what they mean, dog. Yeah. It's not like come on. It's like But once again, I don't want to offend nobody, and
It's
I
too
was just
sensitive,
really
man.
surprised that I was like, "Oh shit!"
sensitive.
Because when I typed that in, bro, I didn't even think twice about
Because-
using that word. I didn't.
Because you're not using it that way.
Right.
And two, like you said, you've been around a lot of black people
never-
that use the word.
Yeah, I just never thought.
Like,
I didn't even think
people
twice,
are,
bro.
People are too sensitive, man.
didn't even think
and,
twice.
and it's okay that you're sensitive. I'm just letting you know. Life is not that crazy. Like there's other things like diseases and people dying of senseless violence. Let's focus on that. I'm not saying push racism and all these other undertone things to the side,
Nah, of
but
course not.
man, we got to continue the
I feel like
communication.
I feel like it's a time right now where people are just looking for shit to just complain about.
100%.
I really do. And you know
100%.
what? It's amazing to me when people, and I'm not, this isn't any specific group of people.
What
I mean
people?
in
The way you
general.
said
Right. I mean
people.
people in, that's why I have to clarify that. I mean people in general,
Yeah.
America in general. You know it's bad when you have to look for shit.
Yeah.
You got to look for shit to complain about.
That's crazy.
Like, you got to really look for it.
Y'all are not busy like with just life in general to
I don't know,
to
dog.
be worried about that?
I just think some people they got
Gravitate
nothing
to
better
that?
to do, bro. They just gotta try to complain about everything.
I just got, man, life.
gotta-
I'm just too
every little
busy
thing
with
you
just
gotta
life.
complain about.
I got, you know what I mean?
I
I'm
don't
just
have time
trying
for
to
that
today. I got my babies to worry about. I got the
have time for that.
education.
I just don't
I
have
got to
time for
enjoy myself with my friends and my family for the time we have here because the present is a gift. You'll never know when it's time for you to clock out.
Right.
I'm not thinking about that. Like, if you go to, you know what's crazy too?
Yeah.
I really feel like where you live plays a huge role in it as well, right? Like if you're saying like San Diego, California, that mindset's not even there.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because they're like I don't want to say they're more progressive than where we are here, but they're just not fixated with that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because they're sun and they're outside more and they're living more.
Living more.
It might be that. I don't know. I don't claim that on the answer. I'm just claiming to say I'm not going to allow that to be part of my world or my life. You know what I mean? And as soon as like certain people live that way that I'm cool with, I might have to read aside who I'm dealing with or limit my interactions with them simply because, again, life is too short for me to be concerned. Like, I used to have a friend, and I say used to have a friend. We're not as friends as much because he used to always say it's a black and white thing. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm getting fatigued just having these conversations with you just because it could be, but bro, like it's time to just live a little bit. Like let's live. Like you're missing out life. Like this dude
some people
denounced Christmas. He was angry at Santa. He said to me, hey, I'm not going to have my kids believe in an old white man that's going to come into the house and give gifts. And I'm like, wait a minute. That's a big deal for you? Yeah, it's a big deal. I'm like, your child is 3.
Right.
You can't just go along? No, I'm not building my boy to be like that. And I'm like, all right. Well, when you have these kind of conversations, please let me know so I can remove myself and my kids because, you know what, I'm going to ride it out. I like that my kids believe in Santa and all these other little things.
Ain't nothing. You turning it into something.
Like, damn. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Something,
that's nuts. I want to move on because I'm getting annoyed.
That's people that just think. That's people just be thinking too. Like,
That's crazy.
You taking something that's not deep and trying to make it way deeper than what it really is.
More deep than it even needs to be, man.
Yeah,
like
that's
I don't know. You know what? Like I said, there's a lot of things going on in life. Today being present is your gift.
Yeah, man.
And being that you're here today, I'm going to say it again. And being that we're here today, let's talk about this man here. Because I know there's not one man in this planet that would change shoes, regardless of what you're going through, would want to be with this man. And that's the gentleman, and I don't have his name in front of me, but that's the father in New York who left his kids in the car for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Twins.
Ooh.
Twins, 8 hours.
Yeah.
Went to work, forgot to drop them off.
Yeah.
And obviously the kids are dead now. First of all, rest in peace to those kids, because I can't even imagine what they've gone through with this heat.
Yeah, that was a sad story, man.
That's crazy. Condolences to the family, even to the father, man, regardless. A lot of people are probably going to speak out of lane and kind of say, oh, whatever they're going to say. I don't know where I stand on it. I just hope to God that I am never in a position where I forget to do something with the kids. You know what I mean? Like, that's tough, man.
It's one of those situations where people think that it's impossible. There's no way that he forgot about them kids in the car. I've heard a lot of people talking about it, and majority of the things like, oh, I could never do that. There's no way. And the sad reality is that people have accidentally forgot their kids in the car. It's not always done on purpose. Although I don't think I could leave my kids in the car, right? I just never forgot that my kids were in the car. Mm-hmm. But there are people out there who have left their kids in the car on accident.
Yeah.
So as much as you say, I could never leave my kids in the car, well, it's a possibility because people have left their kids in the car on accident. So it's not one of them things where you should automatically crucify this guy and assume that he killed his kids because it may have been an accident, man, you know. So it does look a little crazy because he had 2 twin girls in the car.
Right.
And I'm wondering, were they sleeping? What were they doing? How did you forget him? That's
especially
what
the police, from what I've read, the reports, they're saying that for now, and they keep stressing for now, that they're not going to pursue him for the moment.
Yeah.
But I truly believe they're trying to get as much information as possible. But who's to say they weren't sleeping? But then some people are going to say, you're telling me that 2 twins are sleeping? Who knows? Like, we don't know. It could have been the heat, you know, like they were tired. Maybe it was super early in the morning and they're just getting ready. They have their routine of going to daycare. I don't know. None of us knows the facts. The only people that know, unfortunately, right now is him, you know, and I don't know. I just would like to hope. I pray to God that he just forgot.
I was wondering the same thing because I take my daughter to daycare every morning. And I've never once ever drove like I was going to work. Mm-hmm. Like I've never once ever. And I've been taking my daughter to daycare for well over, you know, I've been doing it now for over a year. Mm-hmm. And I've never once ever forgot that she was in the car or ended up driving toward work and being like, oh, shit, I got it. What am I doing?
Yeah.
It just never happened.
Yeah.
So I am surprised, and I'm curious to know what happened, dog. You had these kids in the car, and were they sleeping? I don't know. It just makes it doesn't make sense, but I don't want to crucify the guy because I don't know the story.
Yeah,
And I see a lot of people crucifying him, yo, and that's the problem.
I'm not going to do that.
That's the problem with people. Stop judging a story before you know all the facts. How can you make an honest judgment on something and you don't know all the facts? That's the problem with people nowadays. Stop doing that. You know, you sit there and you pass judgment and you don't know anything about the story. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. And as soon as the story happens, it's automatically, oh, he had to kill him, oh, you piece of shit or whatever. Like, damn, you're quick to judge a story and you don't know all the facts. Well, if that's the case, don't be mad when the shoe's on the other foot.
Yeah.
Don't ask people to wait for all the facts when the shoe's on the other foot, because that's the same energy you were giving out. So you can either relax and wait till all the facts are out and then pass judgment, or you can pass judgment and trust and believe that shoe will be on the other foot at some point in time. And you're going to wish that, you know, people would wait for all the facts before they judge you and crucify you and everything else, man. So I just cut that shit out, man. It's not, grown adults acting like that too. It's like, come on, don't we have enough experience in life to know that you should look at all the facts first?
I think people are just very quick to be. I think people always want to be first with things. First to say this idea. First to say this.
Yeah, to be able to be like,
I knew it. Yeah, and I still don't know anyone that got paid or is getting paid for the I knew it. But even if you're first or I knew it for something like this, like, that's crazy.
Dog, listen, the I knew it. No shit. It was either he left the kids there on accident or he did it on purpose. You have a 50-50 chance of being right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this isn't like you figured out some law of physics or something like that. And
Yeah.
you guessed something that, you know, it was like a 1% chance of getting it right and you got it right. Nah.
But
it's
just-
just one of those things like either
I got someone here that asked. I got both Facebook and YouTube people that ask, should he be getting charged with homicide? And I don't know. I don't have an opinion on it just because I don't know and I don't have enough facts.
I think
what I mean?
I think that once the facts come together, they're either going to charge him with homicide or they're not. But he's probably still going to get charged with something. Some kind of law that falls under
negligence,
or something. He's probably more or less going to get charged with something. They're not just going to hit him with homicide off rip. They're just obviously that's not what they're doing.
At the end of the day, it's just not a good story. It's not a feel good thing.
It's
And
horrible,
people, I don't have the percentage. We were talking about it, but this happens a lot.
That's what I'm saying by
Like,
when people think that, oh, how could it happen? It does happen actually more often than what people think.
I'll tell you right now. I remember, I think, who was it? Leia? Was getting her ear re-pierced, right? And I had CJ. He was in a what do you call it? Basket, not the basket, but the what do you call that? The stroller.
The stroller.
And we're at the store. I'm outside on the other side of the glass. As soon as they hit and pierce, Leia, she just does this like flinching thing, and I'm like, oh. So I kind of book. I literally left CJ right outside the glass. The glass is lit, like Leia's right there. So if I punch through the glass, I could have touched Leia.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh my God, I just left CJ right there.
Right.
The mind does these things when things immediately.
Right.
So
Things
anybody
can
say, "Oh, that would never." You don't know that.
Yeah.
It's just like you don't know if somebody comes at a gun at you, like, oh, "I'm going to act a certain way." You don't know that until you're in that predicament.
Right,
and even then, you like. So to answer that question, I don't know. I just know that I wouldn't want to be this guy. I wouldn't want to be the father.
No, I wouldn't want to be him.
You
either.
see what I'm saying?
Especially if he didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah.
The guilt that he's got to live with.
Oh.
And I have a 2-year-old. My daughter's 2.5 years
Yeah.
old, bro. And they said that the little girls were foaming at the mouth and stuff, left in the car for 8 hours.
Yeah.
8 hours.
That hurt me, man.
Like, I was like, oh, my good. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine that with my kid, bro.
Yeah.
That was sad, man.
That
But
is.
once again, wait till you get all the facts of the case before
100%,
people start
100%.
crucifying this guy. Just be fair. That's all.
That's it, man. That's all we can do.
Yeah, just be fair, man. That's it. Because anything else is it's not right. It's just not right.
I don't know, bro.
Nah,
Let's talk about something I'm going to talk about something. You know I'm a fat guy, and I like to eat my donuts. Haven't eaten a donut in about a week, right?
In about a week. He said a
Yeah.
whole 7
Yo, that's a big deal for me.
Whole
I'm
7
telling
days.
whole 7 days.
Whole
all right?
7 days.
And what's even crazier is I bought the kids donut, and I didn't get myself one. But anyway.
Tomorrow I'm going to get a message on group chat.
Yo, shut up. Don't tell the people that.
I got one.
You know what I mean? We're live, yo. We're live. But listen, Hostess is at it again.
Yep.
I haven't eaten Hostess in a minute just because I have not been able to identify what is it. No one's been able to tell me what's the filling inside of a Twinkie. But they decided to come up with something called Moonberry. Twinkies is at it again. So they have it as a blue sponge cake instead of the yellow sponge cake that some of you guys are familiar or are still eating with. And they're saying that the blue sponge cake is supposed to be the night, and then the inside is like the stars, the constellation being Moonberry.
Right.
I'm going to say this, man. Somebody in the PR and the marketing department was smoking weed when they came up with this idea.
Yeah.
Because this is crazy. But I want to know what the sales are going to be, because this isn't the first time that this has come out. This is their second time coming back out, but they switched it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Are you going to try it? I know you're not really into junk food, but you going to try it out?
If it was in front of me, you gave it to me, I'll eat it. I'll try it.
You try it?
Yeah, I try it. I burn it off at the gym later on.
Hey, see, this guy always comes with that. Oh, burnt, man. No one wants to hear that. Summer's over,
You know what I'm
fam.
saying?
The summer bod is 2020, Nick.
We still got a month left, baby. I do. I think like that. I'll be like, I'll eat that shit and then go to the gym later, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I can't try that, man.
I eat that shit.
It look a little crazy to me. I don't know. Facebook, what y'all think, man? Y'all gonna try that? Let us know. To me, I can't do that, man. It looks a little too crazy. I get it's just food coloring his dye, but, man, Twinkies, sometimes you just gotta leave things alone, man.
The Twinkies were good the way they were. Apparently.
That's what I'm saying.
But they just made them better.
Cause yo,
No,
man.
for real, that shit sound good.
I don't know. I can't mess with it. Yo, let me ask you, man. Does your son play video games?
Yeah, my son, yeah.
Does he play like Fortnite?
Fortnite and shit, yeah.
Yo, I like Fortnite. Whoever made Fortnite is living life right now.
Oh yes.
Like, I mean, literally like swimming in milk and money mixed with the chicks on the side. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just like living life, his generational wealth.
Right.
So much money that there was a World Cup this past week.
Oh, is that the kid that won?
Woo! Look at his face, boy.
He won a few million.
Yeah, man. Three.
How old is he?
16.
Yeah, okay, this is the kid. He bought his mother a house.
Of course he did.
Yeah, facts.
Of course he did.
Shout out to him, though. That's some grown man shit.
Hey, that is some grown man
16.
shit. But I'm going to tell you
16.
that, too. He bought himself a big-ass TV, too.
Hell yeah.
Bought a whole bunch of Xbox. Like, Ma, I told you I don't need to go to school. I got this.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And you know what? We got to, like, kind of get on his mom's, like.
I'm going to talk shit.
What were you? You were letting your kid play too many goddamn video games, goddammit. What the hell were you doing? He just happened to get really good at that shit.
Really good.
If he didn't, he would have ended up being the 40-year-old virgin in the basement of his mother's
100%.
house. You know, like the movie Step Brothers and shit. Like,
yes.
He was bound to be one of them if he wasn't here. If he wasn't good at video games, he was going to be one of them.
Talk about, hey, you guys want to come over and, play the new fucking Call of Duty?
He was going to be one of them.
Yo, but I'm trying to tell you that to me is crazy. But do you know that there's camps? There's camps right now.
I believe it. Because there's another gamer dude out there that makes millions a month playing some game. I forget what it was like earlier last year, maybe an article came out about some kid that makes millions a month playing video games.
Sheesh.
For real, video games.
Sheesh.
And listen, I don't know, man. Yeah. My kid is not, I'm not letting my kid play video games to the point where I'm just not taking that chance.
Nah, I already told you, listen, my kid plays during the weekends, and that's it. That's our rule. I know certain kids, they play all week. Mm-hmm. Hell no, because guess what? It's addictive. Yeah. There's studies out there that right now that they're saying it's a mental health issues. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, they're just pushing everything into mental health. It's addictive, man.
Yeah, I've seen a lecture from a neuroscientist that was talking about addiction, and it wasn't just about drug addiction. He was talking about the areas of the brain that are affected by people playing video games. Mm-hmm. How it affects certain areas of the brain, and it's already shown you can become addicted to video games. So when people are like, oh no, that's not really, it is.
Yeah, it is
absolutely real. Just like
100%.
Just like you can be addicted to social media. People wake up and roll over, grab their phone in the middle of the night, and check their social media.
That's why Facebook put that little app. I think it was Facebook to show you how many hours that you actually play, or on Facebook, man.
Yeah, you could definitely be addicted to that shit, all of it.
That is crazy. But I seen that. I said, "Oh my God!" Like I know this kid is living the life. Good for him is right too, man. He's
one of the far and few in between that'll actually be able to get that.
And there, what you stole my little thunder, B.
Right.
As long as the dude knows how to read, write, has common sense, has social skills, is able to go outside and play. Learn what it means to twist your ankle trying to play ball.
My man Black said my son's playing that shit right now.
Yeah, play right now. But, man, kick his ass outside, Black. Yeah. Have him go play outside. Shoot a basketball.
He tells him to. He be telling me to come to the barbershop. I've been making him go outside, man.
Go outside.
Playing video games.
Yo, my kids went out. They were like, Dad, it's too hot. I'm like, it's too hot. So you better go outside. You better go play. You better jump in that pool. Right, every day now they're in the pool. I'm like, nah. Y'all go to your daycare. You ain't go in the pool, man, because this is limited. We live in New England, brother. Right. Enjoy the pool. You know what I mean? Play a little bit. My daughter loves to color, loves to be creative. I remember this was a year ago, I think it was now. She wrote a book a mini book, like 7 pages. Drew the characters, wrote some words, a book. I'm like, I need that. But lately, I noticed, and I'm starting to pull her away. She's been falling in love with this thing, Gotcha something. Gotcha. I don't know. What they do is they have these little anime people, and then they got the music playing behind it, and it's like stories. And she's like, "Oh, this is amazing," and I'm like, so I try to flip it. I said, you know what? If you find it that amazing, because she watches this girl called the Inquisitor Master, I said, if you truly like that, don't mess up with school. I'll create a little channel for you so you can, because she got daddy's crazy Canadian wit. I'm gonna give her that. She's not CJ too, you know, and
that creativity.
I wanna get her to maximize it, because you know what? You never know. I would never want to be the parent to be like, no, you're not going to do this or do that. But I ain't gonna let you play 16 goddamn hours of video games.
Nah.
You know what I mean? That's not happening. Not under my watch.
I let my son play, but everything's got to be done like homework.
Moderation, right? Too.
Everything is, if his homework is done and everything like that, and there's nothing else, I'm like, yeah, you can go play if you want. Go ahead, it's on you.
Yeah.
But everything else got to be done first. I'm not really, I don't have the biggest issue with him playing, but everything else got to be done. Homework, and if you got to clean up or something, you got to eat and do all of that stuff first.
100%.
Before you just hop on video games. Because I get it. It's different nowadays. They get to log in and all their friends are online with them. So instead of going to the friend's house and playing video games, they're just online with them. And they're all in little groups, chatting, playing. So it's cool for them, whatever. But you got to, like I said, everything's got to be done first.
Let me ask you a question. You said friends, right? I know people, like my kids, they'll be like, oh, my friend. I'm like, that ain't your friend. That's someone you know. The cousins, your cousins that you be playing with, and maybe their friends that you've become cool with through that, those are friends. Right. But I feel like now society again is quick to be using the word friend. Just because they liked and became a friend online, how is this person your friend? This is just somebody you play with. I think that world needs to come up with a new word. You know what I mean? Instead of saying friend, because it ain't a friend.
Somebody got a cool associate. That's about it.
Yeah, cool associate, a gaming associate or something. Man. I don't know.
Social media associate.
Something, brother.
You cool with.
Something, brother.
That's about it.
So I'm over here. I'm going through, seeing what's going on, because there was really nothing this week. But it looks like there was 2 models back in the day, 50-something years old. I'm going to leave the picture up here for a little bit, see what Facebook thinks about it. So I guess they're really supermodels. Vogue picked them up and decided to say, hey, listen, we want y'all to take some butt-naked pictures, obviously covering certain spots. Me being a photographer, I think these are really dope. As Charlemagne the God would say, this is vintage vagina right here. And what's your thoughts on this, man?
It's just I don't really know much about photography, so I can just
But from a man perspective, you know what I mean?
I'm cool with it.
Yeah,
I got no problem with it. Won't hear a complaint from me.
You see the camera covering, obviously on the right hand side we got the belt, and then she got the little thing she's holding is the clicker, just to kind of just for the shutter, and then she has the camera set up.
Right, won't hear any complaints from me, bro.
Yeah,
I think it's good.
Yeah,
I don't know much about photography, but I know much about looking at women.
And it looks good, right?
It looks good to me.
I'm all right with that too, man.
It looks good to me.
Now I'm going to play for the women, because the women are always saying, yo, this is always more of a male-dominant thing. How would you feel if you seen guys up there? Obviously, I know how you would feel, but
I wouldn't feel no type of way. I wouldn't look at it the way I look at it.
Obviously not, but would you be like, whoa, what the hell?
Nah.
Certain kind of way?
Nah.
Nah. What if it was Tyrese?
Nah, because
like a Tyrese or Trey.
I would be a little surprised, because I've never seen them do that before.
I got you.
But
okay.
For just seeing men up there, nah. The reason why is because I really try to progress with time.
Yeah.
So
be objective.
Because as society continues to progress, right? I'm trying to evolve with it.
Yeah.
I don't have no problem with anything that people want to do, as long as it's not harming other people, as long as it's not affecting the overall well-being of other people. Like I don't care what you do, dog.
Word.
I don't care if I see a man on a cover. I don't care if I see two men on. That shit doesn't bother me. You feel me? Because I look at the bigger picture and I'm like, well, what is it? Has it really affected my life, and how's it affecting other people's lives?
Word.
And if I can conclude that it's really not, I'm like, all right,
yeah.
all right, I don't care.
Yeah.
And I honestly just, because I'd say not too long ago, bro, Jen would even tell you, Jen used to get kind of upset with me because like with homosexuals and stuff like that, or when the Caitlyn Jenner thing, I was like, yo, what's this dude over here want to be a female? No, like this was I was like against it because I was just ignorant, yo.
Yeah.
And I also, I kind of believed in God, and I didn't think so. Some of that influenced my thoughts too. But anyway, I look back on that and I'm like, damn, yo, you were mad ignorant. Like you were really, really ignorant.
Yeah.
And now that I've educated myself a little more, and I
realized
that, I've grown, and I just realized that society evolves, man.
100%.
And people are gonna do certain things that weren't popular back in the day or were frowned upon that now people have no problem with.
Yeah, don't get left behind, man.
Yes, and my thing is, the main issue is, how does this affect me and how does this affect other people?
Bingo.
If it doesn't, then I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Move on. Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
It really doesn't
Bingo.
bother me.
Oh, my kids are not affected. I'm not
Right.
affected.
And that's why now some people I know sometimes wonder why I defend like the LGBTQ community a lot. And it's because, bro, they ain't hurting nobody.
They sure
So
ain't.
if I'm not like, I shouldn't even have, the sad part is I shouldn't even have to defend them. But unfortunately, we got people that don't want to evolve and progress with society.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
So you got those idiots that we got to deal with.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I'd rather be on the right side than on the wrong side.
The common sense side?
Yeah, man. So that's how I look at it. And that's where I'm at, bro. I really am. That's where I'm at, man.
Yeah.
But you know me though, I try to be neutral in a lot of things. I try to be fair about a lot of things.
You're objective.
And sometimes people get upset with me about that. Because
But why though?
I think that they're just not used to trying to just not be so emotional with every little thing that they deal with. I try to remove emotions from things as much as possible. It's hard. It's not easy. I get emotional over a lot of shit, but some things I can remove emotions from. For instance, perfect example.
Okay.
It's funny we're talking about, but perfect example. Trump, right?
Let's talk about it.
When people say to me, oh, you didn't think what he said was racist? And I'll be like, nah, I didn't really think that was racist. And they'll be like, oh, and then it's like, hold on. All I'm saying is that, yes, I think he's a racist. I just don't think every little thing that comes out of his mouth is racist. And I don't think that every little thing he says has a racial undertone to it. So it's like, what, dog? Like, I feel like if I was to say every little thing he says is racist, or think that every little thing has some kind of racial undertone to it, I'm being too emotional.
Yeah.
I'm being too emotional. Because even if someone is racist, it's not like you can't tell me every little thing that comes out of their mouth is absolutely 100% every single time it's racist.
So are you saying that
So
maybe,
like,
just maybe, if they're like, man, my toast is too burnt, there's some racial undertones?
Yes. I think that there are people that do really reach a little bit.
And those, listen, I'm telling you, I had friends like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I
They
had
reach
to
a
get
little
away.
bit.
I got fatigued, bro.
Yeah, I get that. And that's why I've kind of stopped really debating or kind of conversing with people, because once I see there's too much emotion involved, I'm like, all right, man, cool. That's how you see it? Cool. And I just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Because I just know that, like you just said.
Why are you mad at Santa?
It could be like, for instance, the example that we were talking about earlier. They could literally say this. Trump could be in like an interview, right? And they could say, what's your favorite jelly bean? The white ones or the black ones? And he could just say, I prefer the white ones.
Ooh.
And people would be like, yo, see, dog, if you're stupid if you don't see the racial undertone in that. There's a reason why he like, dog, you're stupid if you think that he just thinks it tastes better.
See, I'm about to be an Uncle Tom real
Like,
quick.
literally, bro. Like,
because I hate the black ones.
I'm
Licorice.
just saying, like, I don't like them neither.
Why they got?
It just tastes like black licorice. I just don't like them.
It's a horrible flavor.
Right, I don't know anybody that likes them. But like, I've literally dealt with people that bro, for real, that reason like that. Like, oh, you're just stupid, or oh, you just can't see it. You just can't see it, or you're white. You can't see it. It's like, all right, dog. All right.
Yeah.
Like, when I start getting there, and I know people are like, wow, that's a ridiculous argument. Yes, but I've dealt with people that reason like that. Bro.
Yeah,
I've dealt with people that reason like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, man, cool. That's how you see it. All right, like, all right, I guess we'll just forget the fact that I've said I thought this dude was a racist over and over and over and over. I guess we'll just forget that.
What is he talking about?
Yeah, no, because I guess if you're not like 100% involved with that on the basis of emotion, like I think a lot of people are.
Well,
I think that people get upset, bro. And me, I try to just remain.
I'm glad you said that because today
objective.
again, I don't know why. I think you guys are getting to me. I was looking at Facebook and I was looking at one of the conversations, actually, you know.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about, right.
and I was like, this is too much.
Yeah, I saw the.
This is too much.
And yeah, it got a little heated. Shout out to Cornell, who definitely, he's got his views, and I respect it. And I told him that he remained respectful throughout the whole dialogue, and I saw some people that said some things, and like I said, one of them is family, and that's the one thing that I told someone he never gets like that, but that's one subject that he doesn't like.
Yep.
And that's how he feels.
Yeah.
He's been through a lot of shit, and that's how he feels, And that's, I didn't have to really get involved with that anyways because they were two grown men, and I felt like it was handled the way it was handled.
Yeah.
And that's the way it was. But it goes, what we were saying earlier too is, see, he only got like that for that one little subject. You feel me? I know people that are like that with every person that disagrees with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. That it just goes into what you were saying.
Well, I'll tell you this right now.
Go into it because I know you wanted to talk about it.
Nah, we cool. Because I'll give you an example, a crazy example, right? So this week I had to meet up with a friend, and he's a very outgoing person. Let's say he's in his 50s, right? I don't want to just divulge too much information, but he has views. You know what I mean? People that don't know him will be like, "Damn, dude's racist."
Yeah.
I'll say this: he has racist kind of undertones, but that's just, I think, how he was raised, and it was just kind of him. He'll say some stuff about Catholics and make fun of other people here, but he kind of spreads the wealth. Yeah. You know what I mean? So he's not like specific. Like it's everybody type. You know what I mean? And it's kind of funny because when he says some stuff, I'm like, yo, you ain't never going to change. Right. And he started laughing. But he means no ill will. That's just who he is. Right. And you know what? I think we're in a world we utopia does not exist.
I was gonna say it's not.
It's bullshit if you think that's going to be. People have their own ways of thinking, and we gotta only allow another person to express themselves as long as he or she is not belittling a group or person, and that's okay because you can learn from that, man. I don't know. I just found it kind of funny. I found it to be hilarious. I mean, just to kind of see him, but it is what it is.
I want to say this, man. Stop with the thing we're talking about with the conversation today, right? There are people out there who are going to have different opinions, okay? And that's the reason why I put up the post I put about black conservatives and saying that I just commend them for their for their bravery because it takes. I'm
gonna use courage. It is courage to go
courage
against
was the word I was looking for. I'm sorry. Courage. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
It takes a lot for any person to go against the majority.
100%.
It takes a lot, and I think that most people in general don't go against the majority, even though they may feel opposite of what the majority feels, but they
It's-
simply won't go against the majority.
It's easier just to go along with what people are saying.
And the reason
or
why
be
I
quiet.
specifically talked about black conservatives is because the backlash that I see that they receive, is in my opinion, it's kind of disgusting. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, dog, that's wild. That's wild. Like that, not from all, but just from some people that really just. I'm like, wow, yo, that's crazy uncalled for.
Yeah.
It's crazy uncalled for. So that's why I brought it up, man. I was just like, yo, you gotta let people have their difference of opinions, man. They're not always gonna agree with you.
You would think.
And the funny thing is, when people claim to be open-minded, I've seen this all the time. People claim to be open-minded, right? And then you prove how closed-minded you really are as soon as you start conversing with somebody that has a different opinion of you. I mean, different opinion than you. You just sit there, you don't listen to what they say, and all you're doing is trying to convince them to listen to your opinion and agree with you. How you open-minded and you're not even listening?
Maybe if
You're
they
not
keep
even
talking
listening.
and forcing, maybe if they keep saying the same things over and over, they'll
Like, you have to be able to at least hear the other side.
Rent the
to make
idea,
to make an
man.
honest judgment about your stance. You can't just be like, I stand right here, but you don't listen to the other side.
Yeah.
That's not an honest stance, yo. That's not. It's not. Usually, it's some kind of bias there. You're there because you like the way it makes you feel good.
Right.
I mean, like the way it makes you feel.
Emotions
or whatever, yo.
is attached to
there,
everything,
bro. You're
man.
attached. So, and come on, man. Being open-minded, people will listen to other people's arguments or opinions and really take it into consideration, because you already know enough about your argument, and unless you are very aware of the other person's argument,
right,
then I get why you're like, yo, I'm not hearing that,
yeah.
because you're already educated.
But
on the
that's
other
the
side.
thing.
I
Most
get
of the
that.
times, people have no idea,
right? Most of the
and
time,
they're
no.
just like, nope, I'm staying.
Right.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna
Right.
wait till Nyce finish
And
talking,
this is
so
why-
I can punch in and say what I need to say.
Exactly. We're not even talking. You're just waiting for me to shut up so you could talk.
Yep.
Right. And the
It's
reason
not a
why
conversation,
I say,
people.
unless you're, and someone said something to me today about, well, because my views on God, but the difference is, I know the other side because I was on the other side. I was a big believer in that. I know that side. I know that side. That's why I'm firm in my stance. That's why most of the people, when they talk to me, I'm like, I already know what you're going to say. I already know what you're going to say. It's not me being stubborn. It's because I'm educated on both sides of that coin.
Yeah.
And I've made a fair judgment, and I said, I'm going to step on this side.
This
I'm
is what
going
you
with
believe
this
now.
side.
Yeah.
And as you just said, a lot of people, bro, they're not familiar with the other side.
Yeah.
They're not, yo.
It's easier
And that's
to
not being open-minded. That's
At
what
all.
I'm trying to say. It's not being open-minded. And people claim to be open-minded, and they're really not.
No. I think it's easier to just kind of go along with, like you said, the majority.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, and this is why politicians, to me, like, I watch a little bit of the debate.
I didn't even get to watch. I wanted to watch it.
I watched a little bit of it, and I sent out a little tweet, and I was like, I don't believe none of these lies.
I don't believe none of them either.
Like, I was like, these dudes over here, like, what is going on? Everybody got a story. And what's even crazier is now they're out here trying to attack, quote unquote, we'll say Obama.
Right.
I don't have a problem with what Obama did.
Neither.
But I'm not saying that everything he did was right. I said based on what he was allowed to do, because don't get it twisted. President is only limited to what the House passes. So let's keep it real, right? So a lot of people are like, oh, that's crazy that this is happening. They're believing and are trying to shoot Biden. It was like, oh, you were the vice president and you approved on this. No, he could have been like, hey, Barack, I think I'm not really riding with this one. Barack's gonna be like, well, thank you, but I'm gonna vote. I'm going with it. He's vice president, B. Right. That means he's second.
That means he has even less say.
Yeah, like they're like, all right, thanks for being on the ride. Right. Deal, right?
And you can't just assume that he agreed with everything.
Thank you.
He's just a yes man.
But guess what? Again, it's easier to go with the flow because that's what a lot of people are saying. And then when I seen the panel of Democrats just attacking this guy, I was like, oh, man, all of y'all ain't shit.
All of y'all.
All of y'all. All individually, they might have some good idea. Like, I was looking at the dude from Indiana. I think Peter, whatever, Burkitts. So I'm mispronouncing his name. Sorry about that. But he said some cool things. I was like, all right, you seem like you know what you're talking about. And then they brought up the age, but I was like, dude, you look like you're 25. I'm sorry. This is completely against what I've been saying, but you don't have the look to run. You don't have enough experience to run the country, even though you're not running it alone. You have a cabinet full of supposedly highly intelligent people with a bunch of experience to kind of guide you and say, hey, option 1, 2, 3, let's make an educated decision. But at the same time, you still got to be the guy going out, a person. Let me say guy so they don't think, I don't think a woman can win. I just don't think America's ready for that yet because we're still immature. Americans are immature, I think, about that. But I just don't think that he would have been the right person to kind of just lead the way. I think other people in other countries would have been like, all right, little boy. Yeah. Like, where's the president? Thanks for being the rep real quick. Yeah. You know what I mean? But with that being said, I think people in general, it's easier to just go with the majority.
It is.
As opposed to just keeping a stand, especially when you're going to say something that's not popular. Yeah. Obviously, it's the majority, so it's not popular. But something that's just really against the grain. Just like really when I said, right. I think I said this maybe one or the second or third podcast when we were talking about racism, and I was like, people don't really talk about how, guess what, black people be racist as hell too. Mm-hmm. Like, we be saying some stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah, but and I get they don't want to hear that. We're not ready for that conversation yet.
The dumbest thing I've heard.
What's that?
Is people say, oh, it's impossible. We can't be racist. It's impossible.
Like, say that again?
That's impossible. Black people can't be racist. Like, that is the dumbest.
You've heard that?
Oh, my goodness.
You should have called me on that one and FaceTime whoever said that.
I'm like, yo, that is the dumbest thing.
Because I would have had a nice little chuckle.
No, because those are people that can't differentiate between institutional racism or systemic racism and just straight racism.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're talking about institutional racism or systemic racism, yes, dog. Only people that can implement a system like that are people that are in a position of power.
Right.
So, in America, yes, unfortunately, African Americans are not really in a position of power to implement that kind of system. That is institutional slavery. I mean, not slavery, institutional racism or systemic racism, right?
Which is essentially turned into slavery when you kind of put people in jail and
okay. So
full circle.
It's impossible for people that lack power to implement that kind of system, and it doesn't mean that they can't hold racist ideologies and wish to implement a certain system. You know, like, you don't think this, like, that is just the most absurd thing in the world when I've heard people say that. But go on to what you were saying. I just want to put that out there.
I'm really thinking,
it's absurd.
I truly feel that America should really invest in just like education for all. So at least we're all on the same playing field when conversations are had or understanding of certain things.
I mean, people just hear things
and run with it
instead of actually really looking at it.
They just run with it.
Yeah, they're just like, yo, bam, I'm gonna say this. I'm like,
I said it.
Yeah, and then you're like, well, all right, and then you start saying things, and they're like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Like,
and then they say, but.
But yeah.
Let's switch it up, man. Let me show you some effery. I don't know if you guys heard about this. Actually, before I show the effery, did you hear? Yo, don't ever fly Spirit. I know it's cheaper
I don't fly Spirit
in the beginning, but when you start selecting, you say, yeah, I have a bag. They charge more. Then when you essentially do all your shit, and when you start to check out, you could have got a better flight with JetBlue. Leave Spirit alone. Right. Recently, there was some fuckery with Spirit. I don't have the story in front of me. But the reason I'm bringing up Spirit is I want to bring up this lady right here. What if you guys were about to fly? Let me ask you, because you're afraid of flying. Or the turbulence. We talked about that last episode. What if, for whatever reason, the plane wasn't crowded, wasn't a lot of people, but you heard some noise coming out of the bin. You know that top bin, right? And then some lady came out of that. What would you say?
I'm not even saying this to be funny. If she was like above me,
I'm gonna repeat it. The little. I think they're called bins. Right above you.
The little.
Yeah.
It was, and she was above me and just popped out. I probably would have jumped on her because I'd have been like terrorist, Like, ain't going down on my plane. I don't care what terrorist is going down.
Well, listen, Nyce, I'm gonna show you something, and I would love to know like what's your thoughts on it because, yeah, this kind of happened. So I forget what airlines it is, but it looks as if that there was a stewardess that thought it might have been a great idea to hop on a plane, but hop on here. Let me play that little video for y'all. I'm going to pull that back just for y'all that might not have seen it. I'm going to pause the volume. Y'all don't need to hear it. But, yeah, she was hiding up there.
Yeah.
What's your thought on this, man?
Nah, like I said, if she was above, if she jumped out. See, she didn't jump out.
She was a flight attendant.
If she had just trying to fuck around and just tried to scare somebody, yeah, bitch, you would have scared me. And you would have scared me into probably, I'm not even playing fucking body slam. Bitch, we on a plane. Don't fucking play like that. That's how I look at it. Don't play. We on a fucking plane. Especially with me, I'm already scared of planes going down. I'm not going to, anybody that makes me think you're intentionally trying to make this plane go down, nah, bro. We got a problem. We got a problem.
Listen, man.
But if she just popped out like that, I probably would have been like, what the hell are you doing?
Let's keep it racist real quick. White people be doing some shit.
White people be doing some shit.
What the fuck are you doing up there, man?
Only us. Only us.
Oh, man. I'm going to say Uncle Charlotte would be like the mayonnaise was heavy. Was very strong within that one. Right. White people doing some shit, but y'all do some really different stuff, too. We do. And shout outs to, that's why I rate. This is why I don't understand why we just don't get along. Because we both sides be doing some dumb shit.
Right.
This is pretty fucking crazy.
You can just look at this shit and laugh. Though.
I'm going to call my boy, man. Shout out to my boy Raz Beans. He works for JetBlue. Yeah. He better never do that shit, man.
I just, like I said, man, that's just...
What the fuck are you doing?
It's like, what the hell are you doing? What the hell made you think that would be... That was
Yo!
Funny to do?
And this is what's even crazier, fam. Right? I'm going to show you this. This girl...
She got the ill picture of her.
But she was smiling.
I know.
Like it's okay. I don't know if you...
She found that shit to be hilarious.
I just want to ask you one question. Do you see something here? First of all, she was posing. Flight attendant looks like she's posing right now. The one taking the photo, she was definitely smiling.
She looked high as shit.
Either that or she's just chinky eye from this cheese that she has of what's going on. But do you see two recurring themes going on right here?
Two white people?
Yes. Yo, and they both think it's okay.
Think it's a riot.
What is going on?
There wouldn't have been me.
Oh, my Lord.
I guess I can tell people I'm white. I'm not white. Though.
Yeah, you've been around us too much. Yeah. That's what your problem is right there, brother.
Man. That shit wasn't funny.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think even playing around on a plane is funny, period.
You're not supposed to.
Don't even jump on the plane, bro. I feel like you're going to make the shit.
Do you know, have you ever noticed, like, they're trained to know what luggage is, like, they're supposed to try to balance the plane out. Because it's a balancing act.
Yes, it is.
Like, so you think it's funny to just, even though it's still landed, they're probably just whatever, they're getting their things ready, but you're messing around with an airplane, like, that's just
and stuff in there.
I don't know. All I know is that I don't know. I wouldn't have done it. That was crazy. I love y'all, man, but shit. Like I said, man, I ain't got no problem. But
Tanika says she looks like Elf in the Shelf.
Yo,
that was a good one.
Yo, but see, okay, did you have Elf in the Shelf as a kid?
Nah.
I didn't have that either. And dear people,
I didn't even really know what it was until recently.
Did white people make that shit?
I don't know. I mean, I know I didn't have it, but I'm sure probably white people probably did make it.
Because the person that introduced it to us is Cape Verdean, but, and people are going to kill me for this, but does those type of things. And I don't want to say white things, but they do those type of things, which I think is cool. You know what I mean? Like, I would never go camping ever in life. Like... I have a home.
Don't want to do that.
I have hotels.
Right.
There's animals out there. That's why they sleep outside. Yeah. Humans sleep inside. But it's cool. Right. You know what I mean? There's different things I'm finding myself doing.
You a skydiver?
I did go skydiving.
That is a white
That's
people
some white
thing.
people shit.
That is some white
but
people
you know what? I'm a thrill seeker. I'm not saying that's an excuse,
When
but
you
yeah,
told
I
me
definitely.
the story though, I was dying. You were like, yo, you know, the dude that I was jumping with, I had to make sure, like, I had to get to know him.
100%.
Like, yo, you're happy with your life and
Listen,
shit, right?
we had
I
a
was dying when
great
you told me that
conversation.
story.
He was like, "I'm all right, man." I said, "Nah, are we all right?" And I gave him that pause. I gave him that look. Like, listen, I need to play that video for y'all one day, man.
Tanika said, "Elf on the shelf is white people."
Yo.
She's telling the
Tanika,
truth,
man,
though.
listen.
She's telling the truth, though.
Listen, I don't know. Hold on. Who else we got in here? Get to why she was hiding. I don't know why she was hiding. She wasn't trying to get no free ride.
Oh, she was.
She
I think
works
she was a
there.
stewardess, bro.
Yeah, she was a stewardess.
stewardess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she got a free ride.
Yeah, she's a stewardess.
I don't know what the hell she's doing, man. Maybe she's on that Flocka or something, man. I don't know what the hell she's on, but
Don't fuck around on a plane, man.
no, at all.
Fuck around on a plane. This
Like,
is a serious issue.
yo, you know what's crazy? Maybe the Canadian air made me white because you ever go like, do you do rides like Six Flags?
Yeah, I'll do rides. I ain't.
You know, you ever do that power thing that just shoots you up and it keeps you up in the air for a while, and you're like, yo, what is this thing broken? And it just drops you. I'm that clown up there doing this. Yo, this is broken, fam. Let's go. Let's get it going. And people looking at me like, why are you doing this? And like shaking. So I'm a little tapped. But yeah, I do stupid shit like that.
I'd be one of those people looking at you.
Yeah?
Saying, yo, chill out, man. Chill out. You're gonna break this shit.
Yeah, I've calmed down ever since. Ever since I've seen a lot of crazy stuff, man. Like, I don't know if you guys, actually with the heat, we were talking about going to like water country, talking about rides. Has anyone gone to like water country?
Tanika's
What she got?
Upset about the Elf on the Shelf.
Oh, hold on. Let me hit the link. Hold on. Let's look at the link. Let me go back. Hold on. Let me see what's going on here.
Tanika's really upset about that.
Where's she going with her? Hold on. Google.
Oh shit.
The strange history. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Tanika is funny, bro.
Yo, T, you are right in my book, man.
Right.
You are right in my book.
Bro. Tanika don't
Oh,
like
Jesus
that
Christ. So
Elf on the Shelf,
oh, wow. The Elf on the Shelf. Like I said, man,
bro. White people think.
it looks like it. It's all right. We use it, though. We've incorporated it in our house, but maybe it's because I married a Caucasian woman, which is why I've done it. I don't understand. I'm going to go home and read that, and I'm going to ask her, what the hell does that mean?
What did that
Tanika,
mean?
I need you to go back. I need you to go up on, what do you call it? Is this a timeline?
Yeah, go
and
on.
read all these things, like something was said to me and explain it to me later. Since you're a teacher, smarter than me, maybe you could sit me down and explain it to me.
I know.
But maybe you won't because that's your best friend. Either way. But anyway, rides. Water, you can swim?
Hell yeah.
White people can swim. Black people can't swim.
Don't
I in the
say
pool,
that.
but I can't.
You can say that. I can't say that.
Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I can't swim. Now I'm going to say all black people. But you know, a lot of comedians say that.
A lot of comedians.
Like, let's
say
move
that
on.
shit.
Now, you know what?
I
Nah,
don't
this is
know,
grown
dog.
man
I've
shit.
Listen, I'll tell you this.
Why are we
I don't
changing,
know,
though?
The black pool parties are a lot different from the white pool parties.
Listen.
White people in the pool.
We
That's all I know.
we kick our feet. You know what I'm saying?
That's all I know. Now,
You know
I'm
what I
not
mean?
saying dudes can't swim.
The hotties
but they in
are
the pool.
hanging on the thing.
Right.
The black, you know what I mean? Hey, listen. But it's cool. All right, so now I'm thinking of going to water country, right?
I want to go.
Let's go. We'll set it up. So my brother Gene, shout outs to Gene. He made the idea. He thought of it. And he was like, hey, yo, let's go to water pools, go to water country. I'm like, cool. Have you ever done the wave pool, though?
Yeah.
The wave pool, let me tell you, the wave pool is one of the most, like, it's kind of fun.
It's fun.
But it's
and
kind of fucking scary.
It is scary, though.
It's kind of scary.
No, for real, because if you get hit by one big wave and it puts you under real quick and you try to come back up and you catch that
And
next
you ain't
flow
even ready
wave,
to
bro,
breathe yet?
and if you don't really know how to get to the nearest wall or something, bro, it can get a little scary.
It is.
And I can swim. Like,
Oh, you can swim.
no, I can swim.
See, and that's the thing. People are like, yo, can you tread water? I'm like, I don't know what that means. I just can't swim. Like, I don't want to hear, can you semi-swim?
Right.
Like, if you can't swim, you shouldn't be out there, period. But anyway, so back to this little thing that I found. My brother hits me up. He's like, yo, we should go to water country. I'm like, all right, let me see what the numbers is looking like again, because I like to just do it right, try and really enjoy ourselves. Boo, 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 boo. Come to find out, because we've been having a tough week, there's something going on. Not at a water country, but China.
Yeah, the wave pool thing.
The wave pool in China had a little bit of a problem.
I don't know if anybody really saw the video.
We about to show the video though,
Yo,
Nyce. This is why we're here.
That video's crazy.
Yo, listen, for anyone who's sensitive about just things in life, if you don't want to see this, I don't blame you, because I'm gonna keep it real, man.
Yo, their video.
This is kind of yeah, this is
Nah,
bad.
it's crazy, bro. I didn't know it was that bad until I saw the link and I didn't click on it. I was just like, oh yeah, a little bit of an accident.
Yep.
This and that.
Nah.
And then when you were like, yo, you gotta watch it.
Yeah. Hold on.
When I watched it, I was like, oh.
Again, I'm gonna play it back for y'all. Hold on. Here we go. Let me make sure I put it on there. All right, here we go. Little wave pool action for y'all.
Yeah, this is crazy, bro.
Let me put the volume up. I think those people, I hate hearing people scream, but it adds to it.
Oh, does it?
Look at the wave.
Man, look at how hard that shit hit people, bro.
They call it a tsunami. 44 people injured. Like, here we go, slow-mo.
Bro, watch. Some people, yo, that shit.
Now, keep watching. You saw that person on the ground? They were in the wave pool, fam. You feel me? Like, that right there.
That's what I'm saying.
That right there.
That video, when I saw it, I was like, oh, shit, I didn't know it was that bad.
Yeah. I'm going to put it on the link so y'all can share it to your friends. You know what I mean?
No, that was,
that's crazy.
Was
But did you see, like, first of all, there was like a little mini wall. The little mini wall and people, hold on, I gotta pull that back. Hold on, I gotta pull that back. But people going over this wall and then washing up, no pun intended, like on the cement where this person was just recording.
Yeah.
That's insane.
and
That's a lot of water coming at you with bodies.
Yeah. They said the person that was controlling the wave thing accidentally hit it on, turned it to the maximum power.
No.
That's what they said happened.
Oh,
I'm
my
like, how'd
Lord.
you accidentally? I'm wondering how you accidentally did that. Like,
Why do you have that option?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why is that thing even? Why
It
is
should
that,
be automated.
Yeah, bro, that was
Wow.
I'm thinking, man, he probably did that shit on purpose. Like, yo, watch this.
Probably you saying like he saw his girlfriend in there,
Probably
maybe an
like-
ex-girlfriend with her new boo.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you think you're having fun
Oh, you
today?
think you gonna breeze on me?
Nah.
So you riding the new wave?
You riding the
You riding the new wave?
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
You riding that new wave. Ooh, Jesus.
He's like, ride this wave.
Wow, yo, keep watching. I'm gonna turn the volume off so y'all can hear us. Keep watching there. Look at the bodies. Yo, look at that guy. He's starting to run. This guy that turned his back around, he has no idea.
You see the GMS logos on it.
Wow. Oh, we got the GMS logo. Y'all, oh, my bad. Hold on. I'm going to pull it up. Nyce just told me that. He wasn't doing his job. But, yo,
That shit's
that's messed up.
Yeah, bro.
That's not cool. Like, that's something that would just have a person never go back to, like, a wave pool, fam.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in the wave pool when we go to water country. Though.
After seeing this, guys, I want to know how many of y'all still going to the wave pool, man?
I'm going in that shit.
How many of y'all ready? You know what I mean?
Tanika said the dude was drunk.
Who?
The guy that
The
was on
operator?
the wave pool. They said he was drunk. What's up with all these people?
Why?
People want.
It's hot as hell, and you. Yo, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna just say I don't know because that's craziness.
He probably dozed off and was just like, the switch probably right. He was like,
And then,
knocked
but
that shit
I
into
just want to
overdrive.
ask to the people of China, why are you giving him access to extra power?
Yes. Why even have it that powerful?
That's what I want to know.
Unless it has to be that powerful.
For what? You see how high that wave got? What, you
there's always
surfing?
but there's always some type of weird laws of physics.
Man,
or something like
nah, they messed up on that one.
that, right?
They messed up on that one. You know who's mad about the whole bin thing on the airplane? This guy, Busta Bus.
Oh, Busta.
They kindly escorted Bus out of the way because I guess he was carrying all his chains and his cupcakes in his carry-on, and he didn't have enough space, so Busta got kicked off the plane.
It's crazy, man.
Why is Busta Rhymes having beef with people on a plane?
And why isn't he just on a private plane?
Busta ain't making that type of money to be private, bro. Nah.
Yeah.
You see how big Busta get?
He had a good career, though.
He had a great career. But listen.
Can't fly a private plane now, huh?
Listen. I don't know. And that's like, you know what we didn't talk about? We didn't put on. Hold on. Did I do it? Hold on. Was I good enough in doing that? No. About the, like, Busta gained mad weight, right?
Yeah, he was big at, like, Big Diesel at one point.
Very big, and then he got very big.
Yeah, now he got a big belly and shit.
Now I don't know what the hell's going on. So, my question is was he mad? I just got to read the article because all they said is he was fighting for a bin space, got kindly escorted out of there. He's gone, didn't make the flight, boo, 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 done. My question is, because you said, yo, did he fly? How come he didn't fly private? How come maybe he was just flying commercial somewhere really close? Maybe it just made more sense. Do you say you're an artist? Would you find yourself always flying private?
If I had the money, yeah.
See? But all that flying private, you ain't going to have much money.
Why not?
Because it ain't cheap.
I be seeing all these rappers flying private.
Nah, Bow Wow ain't flying private.
Bow Wow ain't a rapper no more.
But he's a lot of people hating on Bow Wow. Bow Wow made a lot of money with the movies.
He did. He got money.
It's still coming in.
He could fly private if he wanted to.
But he rents, which is okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Shumperts, you know Iman Shumpert and
No, I'm not meaning fly. Well, what do you mean by fly private though? You mean like I mean?
Would you own a plane? Is that what you're saying?
No. I was just saying, put me on a private jet. It don't gotta be.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I want a helicopter. I already told my people.
Put me on a private jet though. I'm not trying to be on. I mean, man, I'm not going on no regular plane if I'm. That's why I was saying, why isn't Busta flying private? That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think Busta Bus is. I don't know. I just feel like
sometimes they just want to be regular again.
You might be right, or sometimes they never thought they weren't regular.
Yeah, maybe that's
you
what
know.
They say, yo, I just rather just, you know.
Nah, I don't know.
Go on a plane.
Hold on, it said if it was for an appearance, it could have been the airfare was covered by whatever venue. 100% correct. Because I brought in a few artists on some shows that I've done. I paid the cheapest possible. I ain't paying for your entourage, none of that. Well, unless that was really part of their rider. But I don't know. You're fighting over a bin space, bro. Nah.
I would have just got on. I would have just been like, all right, man.
How much is really in your carry-on, fam?
Right.
You know what I mean? But I don't know.
What the hell's really in there?
Let's talk about something we've talked about this on a podcast quite a few times. We've talked about people going to jail for it. We've talked about how it's pretty freaking disgusting and how, I think people should get arrested. And that's obviously the use of drugs, needles, specifically in public place.
Intravenous drug use.
Intravenous. So I'll start it off and I'll go backwards. Did you get to see the video? And I don't have the video for the people, but I'll find a link and I'll give it to the people so people.
I got the video on my page.
You got a video? Okay. Oh, of the already?
Yeah.
Nyce is ahead of me. Okay.
You want me to send it to the chat?
Nah, I'm going to go right to your page.
Yeah.
So, what's your thoughts on it, man?
My first thought was that they say, for everybody that doesn't know, it's a corrections officer. That's what you're talking about?
Right.
It was a corrections officer that got assaulted down there on what they call Methadone Mile, whatever, in Roxbury. Mm-hmm. My first thought was, he probably bumped into somebody on the street that was an inmate at his jail or prison. I don't know where this dude works. But he was probably bumped into him. Dude maybe had a problem with him or something like that. Or maybe the CO was just an asshole. And dude was probably like, yo, you remember me? And walked up to him and smacked him. Mm-hmm. That's what that's what I probably would assume.
But they're saying that, I guess, person, in that location, unfortunately, Methadone Mile, came up, hit the window.
He did. That's what I'm saying. He walked up to the car. Because when I first watched the video, I missed that part. Because it happened so quick.
Okay.
I missed it. And I thought the CO just jumped out the car and smacked dude in his face. And I was like, what the hell did he do that for?
Right.
But then when I played it back again, I was like, oh, shit. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
smacked him first, or
So I-
punched him, or whatever you did. Hit him
So
first.
I got the video. I'm gonna pull it back, and I'm actually gonna play with starting from where the news person starts, so y'all can hear, and we'll shut up for a few so y'all can watch this whole video.
Father tells us his son is recovering at home right now after being attacked here this morning.
I never seen a pack of animals jump somebody like that. You know, this is something like totally. I never even thought I'd see anything like that.
In the middle of this melee, Victor's son, an off-duty correction officer, arriving to work at the Suffolk County Sheriff's Department this morning in an area known as the Methadone Mile.
I never ever in my life will figure that my son will be in the middle of all these people there.
The 28-year-old stops his car. A man throws a punch through the window. The officer, not yet in uniform, gets out, takes a swing, then several people swarm, punching and kicking him. He's then dragged off to the side of Atkinson Street, where Boston police say the group continued to attack with a metal pipe. Boston police say they've made one arrest in connection to the case, 45-year-old Tory Jenkins, for allegedly trying to steal the officer's car after the attack.
He took a beating. He's so beat up.
This area has become a haven for crime, clearly without recourse, and is based on neglect from the city.
Correction Officers Union Local 419 says this is not the first time one of their members has had a run-in just outside of their office.
The local is outraged that the mecca of crime within the city of Boston has been brought to our front door with disregard for anyone else's safety.
Now, Jenkins has
Seen enough. I don't know.
I mean, it's one of those things where there's a lot of people who have been incarcerated before, and the prison politics is us versus them mentality.
Yeah.
Most people that are in jail, prison, they don't like COs. A lot of people on the streets will, when they go home, they carry that same sentiment with them on the streets as well. Mm-hmm. So they see him. I don't know what had happened over. Obviously, the dude that hit him, they just showed his mugshot, so he's obviously been locked up before. And he probably just, even if he didn't know the CO, he may just maybe seen that he was a CO or something, because they said it's right outside the office.
Felt a certain kind of way.
He probably just was like, yeah, he probably just doesn't like the dude. And, you know, I mean, I was incarcerated. Everyone knows that. A lot of COs that I was around, most of them were all right, upstate. Mm-hmm. They were all right. They weren't there to bother anybody. They weren't there. They were just kind of doing their job. They were understanding that dudes were doing a lot of time. And it was just like, look, man, don't make me look bad. And they let a lot of shit slide. And then you always get those occasional COs that, I don't know if they were bullied when they were younger. They were the square, dorky type of kids. Majority of them are always like this. Mm-hmm. And they come in, and they're just complete and utter assholes. They just make your life a living hell while you're there.
Yep.
And when you're in prison, you're already going through a lot of shit. The last thing you need is some asshole coming in and making your day even worse. And I've had arguments with COs, and I said to myself plenty of times, yo, if I ever catch him outside, it'll be a bad day for him. So, you know, I don't have a problem with COs. I don't have the whole F the CO mentality, us versus them. No, that's not my feelings. I never had that feeling anyway.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do, bro. A lot of people do. And when I posted the video, my man was like, I worked with him, and that owns the barbershop. My man Sammy was like, yo, it was probably a CO that was a piece of shit. Yeah. And he bumped into the dude, and the dude probably, and I was like, yo, I literally thought the same exact thing.
Should we think about maybe where the person was? Because they wasn't near Methadone Mile.
Yeah, they was in an area too where it's
not saying that makes it any different, but
but it could be a hostile area for law enforcement, any kind of people that are involved with the justice system in any way. They may not really be fond of people over there. I don't know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I mean, they did what they did. I think it was stupid for the dude to jump out the car. That was stupid.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You seen that there was 5, 6, 7 people there with him. I don't know why you jumped out the car.
Well, I think probably sometimes law enforcement feel as though because they are law enforcement, people won't go push it to the next limit.
Too.
You know what I mean? And he unfortunately found out the hard way.
I mean, and the dude that assaulted him too, he's lucky too because if I had a LTC,
Pop.
everybody there would have got shot.
Pop, pop.
As soon as I started to get assaulted, bro, everybody there would have got shot. And him being a corrections officer.
But then, what would have happened, Nyce? Be like, oh,
of course.
why did you do that?
Yeah, it would have been a whole
have
bunch
to.
Al Sharpton would have been down here. All types of shit would have happened. There's all types of bullshit that would have came.
You
with
going
it.
to jail?
You know?
Well,
Right.
maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe
Don't
not.
go to jail.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Police officer going to jail.
He was a CO or whatever,
Well,
and
would they have, you think he would have got off?
I think if they saw the video and the way he was being attacked like that, if he
Yeah.
had said I was in fear for my life, with that many people attacking him, he don't know if he's getting stabbed. He don't know if he's gonna get shot.
Fear for his
He was in
life.
fear for his life. He
Yeah,
pulled out
that's
his
the
firearm.
key word.
I think he would have got away with that
Yeah,
all
me too.
day,
Me
all
too.
day. Especially if the victims of the shooting all had criminal records.
Yeah. And on meth.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know.
Well.
And if they were all black, they probably would have. You know,
Yeah.
they would have definitely tried to make him look as bad as possible because they do that
Oh
all the
my
time.
God, that's what they
do
spin.
that all the time.
You spin that.
They do that all the time.
Oh, speaking of that, listen. Tonight I catch up, City on a Hill.
Yo, it's phenomenal right now.
I'm gonna throw another one at you. Sorry to do it on USA. It's called Pearson. Shouts to Jeff. Jeff put me onto this.
Yeah.
It's only 3 episodes in. The writing is pretty good.
I don't got USA,
I'll get you USA.
but they got.
We'll talk.
I bet. Now you got the plug.
I got you. Real quick, because you know what? We're going to make it an early day for us.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about the city. I want to talk about our city. You know what's funny, man? So, for a while now, I've always been conflicted in kind of just saying, yo, I'm in Brockton. I live from Brockton. More so, I just be like, yeah, I'm on the Bridgewater side. And the reason for that is because Brockton gets a bad rap for what Brockton is. It's an it's a former industrial city where a lot of manufacturing used to be done. It was actually a very rich city, but when automations and robots kicked in, people lost jobs. People lost jobs. You know what happens, especially when a large city and community that used to bank on these type of jobs loses type of funding. Bad things happen. Fast forward 2019, a lot of laws have been changing. People trying to help, and I don't know if you're familiar with this. Brockton is, the term's slipping me. Shoot, I shared it with you. It's not a gated
city?
No, not yet. Anyway, hopefully that will. I shared it on the thing, but it's a city that qualifies for certain funding, and I'm gonna find it real quick. It's gated city.
Okay.
So it looks like Brockton is going to now receive additional funding to help kids in school. So Tanika, if you know about this, chime in. This will be cool. If not, well, she works in the city of Boston, but I'm pretty sure she's familiar with this. So there's a lot of funding, like millions of dollars, that's going to be pushed into Brockton specifically for education, helping kids with, helping them getting to colleges and helping with after school program. Kids are not doing well. They need additional tutelage, all of that, which to me is amazing. Like, we need that because you can't just be like, yeah, we'll just pass you. Get out of here. You're done. You graduated. Get out of my high school thing. But what's even crazier, which I'll put the article out for people to read, is it says that a lot of people lost benefits because, like, let's say you're a person and you have mass health. Because you have mass health, your child no longer qualified for certain monies. And because of that, it says, like, oh, you know what? Brockton has a lot of money already because of this, so they can't qualify for these new funds that are coming this way. So someone that was like, that doesn't make sense. If they're on mass health, they probably need additional help. They put one and one together. And they were like, they passed this law, so additional funding is coming to Brockton. So I'm just proud of that simply because I think, like, Brockton could be a great city again. I truly believe that. It's huge. If you go to the west side and then you compare it to other sides, it's like, why isn't the whole place like that? You know what I mean? I have my ideas, which is, you know, you have a lot of people that don't own homes and don't respect the neighborhood and don't care and are scaring people that might own stuff like that. Like where I live, it's all homeowners, so we care for our shit. If like your grass is not cut, we'll use this example. They might look at you like, hey, Cliff, what's going on? See, your grass ain't cut.
Right.
Message!
Yeah, hint.
You know,
Yeah.
I went away for a little bit. I got a text, hey, Cliff, I noticed this car and this car was at your crib. Here's the license plate, boo, 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 boo. Shout outs to my neighbors, you know, older neighbor.
Right.
Oh, no, it's cool. It's my peoples. They're watching it. Okay, thank you. Boop. Right. I think if there's more of that, more kids getting education, more kids doing better things, better people coming through, I think it just is like a positive energy that's going to just help the city just get better. And I just wanted to say that because Nyce and I we're working on trying to get these candidates on here.
Yeah, I hope some of these candidates that do have access to bigger platforms who claim to be for the people don't, you know, when we offer them to come on the podcast, I hope they don't shun it. Like, oh,
no lip service over here. Keep the lip service because we're going to shut that lip service down. Because, like, everyone comes with an agenda, right? Which is cool. I get it because they're politicians. But at the same time, understand you're on a grown man podcast, and we're going to talk about grown man shit.
Yeah.
And we're going to see through all of that. So we're going to do our due diligence to filter through all of the things. Like Tanika just said, everything's not as good as it seems. But T, you got to understand sometimes it has to begin. It can't just all be gravy. They're not going to give you all the money. You got to start somewhere, and then you got to show progress. Return ROI, return on investment, which is, I think, a lot of people, a lot of downfall for just people in general is they're like, we want a shitload of money. Right. Before they give you a shitload of money, they need to see a little bit of progress before they keep allocating funds.
Careful. Yo, I just learned today, like you said, speaking of money, I was listening to this podcast.
Okay.
Someone told me, yo, Nyce, listen to this podcast, bro. There's some staggering facts about Baltimore, right?
Okay.
You know the thing with Trump, Baltimore. I don't want to get into that, but I just want to bring it up. We're talking about money being given to the city. Yo, that part of Baltimore received $1.8 billion, bro. And I was seeing, you know, the pictures that are popping up and seeing Baltimore and the way it looks. And I'm like, yo. And that was what the person on the podcast was talking about. Like, where did the money go?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it wasn't going. It's just, there's nothing to really show, like, where this money's going.
Yeah.
You know, and they were just saying, and just to kind of touch on what you were just saying, like, yeah, people are not just gonna give you a shit ton of money because look what happens. Sometimes people get money and it doesn't go to the parts of the city that it's actually needed at, and so yeah, I feel what you're saying, bro, about that. Like,
and you know it's crazy.
You gotta get the ball rolling. As like
you gotta start.
Get it rolling.
Gotta get it started somewhere.
And it's surprised too because I don't know. I'm gonna read the article, but Brockton's always done pretty good for test scores and stuff like that.
It's been going down. It's been going down.
Okay, yeah, because we used to be, I think Tanika will know this too, we used to be like top in the state for like MCAS and stuff like that.
But that's a long time ago, brother.
Now it's going down.
It's not even close now.
Yeah, that's
like
crazy,
I had to fight for my kids. They, based on where you live, they were like, oh, your kid goes here.
That's crazy, bro.
And we had a conversation. We're like, nah, I guess our kids are not going there. It's not happening. So we had to fight for it to have our kids go somewhere else, simply because we knew the education system where they go is much better than where they were trying to put them in. And again, it's unfortunate because it shouldn't be like that. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. And funny enough that you said that, the whole thing with Baltimore and allocating of funds, if people really want to know, and I did when we were looking at when we were doing our due diligence for the people coming on board to where we're going to interview, I actually found the budget for Brockton for this year. So I know where all that money goes. I can see it. Like, it has to be public information. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So when people say that, we can always look at it. But then what needs to happen is after that comes up, we need to attend these meetings and say, wait a minute, why did the Department of Transportation, which is the people that take care of the potholes, why they get $2 million? oh, they got $2 million and I'll use you because Nick and his brother, they got they take care of the tar in the street and to do a little pothole, and we'll say it's $1,000 per pothole. Wait a minute. Why is it $1,000 when homeboy over there can do the same job for a cheaper amount? Oh, because there's a relationship.
Right.
And that's where politics gets a little funny.
Right.
And that's why I tell everyone, watch that show, The Pearsons. And it's just like how it used to be with The Wire. The Wire, people are like, I don't want to hear about that shit. Relationships, it happens everywhere. It's not just Hollywood. It's truly happening. Right. And this is why, not to go back to politics, Democrats and Republicans have problems. And that's why certain Republicans won't denounce Trump because they might know, yeah, he's racist, but I got to shut up because I need these funds for my state because I told the people who voted for me into this seat that I'm going to do this, this, and this. And he said I need to oblige by this, this, and this to get some money. So it's all fakeness just to kind of get a little money here, get a little money there. So
and a lot of power at the end of the day.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
Like Coach Mike said to me yesterday, he's like, both sides are just looking to gain control and have power. That's all they're looking for. When this side has it, now the other side wants it. He's like, they're not really for the people. That's not their main thing. So you got to keep that in mind, too, man.
100%. 100%. Anything else we got on the docket?
Well, Tanika left a comment. She said, yes, however, the whole state is struggling.
Yeah.
Standardized testing is a whole other topic for another day. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But, yeah, I wanted you to listen to a little bit of that. I want you to hear them facts about Baltimore, too, bro. We ain't going to get into it here, but it's
send it to me. I have no problem looking into it.
Yo, it's crazy, the shit I heard, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess it was just some staggering things, bro. Like, that shit I told you about out of half the schools there, only 14 kids were proficient in math. 14.
I believe it.
That's horrible. And they said that has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with not enough money being funded to the schools because each kid they did the math and it's 16,000 and some change for each child that goes to the schools. So that's like good. That's like
what
double,
they allocated. Yeah,
they're like that's like double like what it is like the average, I guess, like around the nation or something.
Okay.
So they were like, there's just something going on.
Well,
with like it's not that the schools aren't getting money but I don't want to, like I just said, I want you to listen to it because maybe we could talk about it on the next podcast.
I'll throw a little jab and shout outs to my cousin Joey because him and I talked about this I think over like maybe 6 years ago. I think we need to check teachers. Teachers are in unions and teachers are very protected. Sorry, T, I got to talk about it. If your class continues to just put kids out and they're not learning, maybe we need to reevaluate you as a teacher.
I mean, it could be a whole. That's what. Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. With Tanika said, it's not about the money; it's the content being taught.
And I'm glad she said the content being taught because someone said it.
The reason why I brought up the money is because you would think with the amount of money
bringing
that they would
teachers?
be getting a very good education.
To an extent, it all depends
on. You
on
have more than enough money to provide these kids with the resources that they need.
Well,
so why are they not getting the proper education?
The resources kind of goes back to two things because resource could be a teacher or resources.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Be,
that's why I mean. Like, so there's other things to look at. Is it the teachers? Are the teachers actually not teaching properly, and are they just trying to get kids through and get them out of my class on to the next one?
Right.
Or is it that? It could be a plethora of things, bro. It could be, these fucking kids don't want to.
And let's not talk about culture.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it could be the kids that just not taking school serious.
Yeah.
It could be the parents. It could be the certain aspects of culture that. Yeah. I mean, it's a whole bunch of things, bro. But it was interesting to hear because I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy, bro. Yeah. $1.8 billion. And this
what are y'all doing?
This is what's going on here, bro. Like, that shit does look crazy.
And that's when I say, again, at the end of the day, the return on investment is obviously not being held, right? So we need to say, all right, if 1.8 or whatever it is $billion is going in, we need to evaluate teachers.
Tanika says she's not in a union.
That's cool. We need to evaluate teachers. We need to evaluate how you're teaching, right? Yes, certain cultures.
Tanika, stop yelling at the screen.
She sure is. We
Go
different
ahead,
than
bro.
before. They are different. Okay,
She's
we can
yelling
talk
at this
about it.
guy. I know she's
and
like,
you know what? I know,
right
but we
now,
can
I know
definitely
T.
yell at. We'll
I know
bring you
T.
in
We
here.
just gotta bring T on.
But we should. But like, okay, they do teach differently. I know that for a fact because I'm 44 years old, right? And I was able to ask, like, my brothers are 10 years difference than me, so I was able to see how they learn, and then I see how my kids are learning. Something as small as phonics. People probably don't even know what the fuck the word is. Excuse my language, but they don't know what phonics is. That's how you learn how to read, how to spell, how to pronunciate certain things.
Yes.
They don't teach that. They're like, screw phonics.
right.
Okay, I don't get why, but okay.
Yeah.
I think the curriculum needs to change to an extent. I think they need to do. Hold on, I'm doing my dance. So do your homework. You see what happens? Grown man podcast. We messing people's lives.
Right.
Good.
I'm doing my damn.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I said, Tanika said,
You can always watch it
doing
again.
her homework. She ain't doing it. She's over here.
Which is
She's
another
screaming
point.
on
You ain't
herself.
gotta. Thank you for watching this live. We appreciate it. But you can always go back. You can always go back. These are saved. Go back. Share them. Get our views up. And click on that like button. Click on that share button. Click on that subscribe button with YouTube.
Please.
I know that you guys love Nyce, but we don't get credit for Nyce's page.
Yes.
Thank you.
Right.
Oh yeah, cursive is gone.
Cursive is gone.
Yo, that's crazy. You know what
And
else
you
is
know
gone?
what I heard? I read an
Analog
article.
clocks. I know kids that
Right.
kid. They're like, "What's that?" I'm like, "What? You can't read that?"
Right.
That's scary.
And you know what's sad is I heard that they've done studies and it shows that cursive is actually good for like your brain. It teaches. Yeah, I forget exactly what it was basically saying like it's beneficial to learn cursive.
I believe it. I believe it.
It makes you use a part of your brain that you won't use if you don't learn cursive. And
I believe it.
benefits you in certain. I forget, man.
Listen, he might have said Tamika, but listen,
I know
he's
Tamika.
tired.
I know.
We're tired.
I
man.
corrected myself.
We was
T.
trying to get out of here. We kept talking. God damn it.
She's
But nah, don't stop me with the whole education thing, man.
I
You know
listen
what
to Tanika with that because she be knowing her. She knows a lot of shit.
And let's talk about it.
That's
but
why we gotta bring her on. We
But
talk
that's
about
what I'm
that
saying.
shit.
Like, to me, you got to get her perspective because T, can I say where you teach?
No.
I won't say where you teach, but she teaches somewhere in the city, right?
Yeah.
And that's just a different challenge that
It is,
she's
it is. I know
dealing
she
with.
knows that,
You
right.
see what I'm saying? In comparison to a school in Brockton. You know what I mean? I'm not putting my middle. God damn, is that to you?
Yeah, it's got.
Why are we getting violent here?
Right. He's like,
You see what I'm saying? Jesus. You know why she's getting violent? Nah, I ain't gonna say it. She knows why. I'll tell her offline. I don't want to get in trouble with my peoples.
right.
I don't want to get in trouble with my peoples. You see? All right, man. I'm done with this. Yeah, you got anything else to say?
Shout out to everybody that tuned in. I seen a couple people that tuned in. Shout out to all of y'all. We appreciate it. Always the comments. Thank you, Tanika.
Yeah.
I love the fact Tanika's always tuning in.
Let's go through the people. You know what I mean? Like, I first of all, I don't want, who was it that kind of, and I'm going to go back and read it. Hold on. Where'd it go?
It was a good.
Was it deleted?
The comment?
Yeah.
Nah. It probably just isn't showing all of them right now.
Really?
Because sometimes it goes to most relevant.
Oh,
all of
okay.
that.
Well, whoever it is that you might have felt offended, man, listen. No need.
That was,
you know what I mean? That's just
Oh,
conversation.
the one that you're talking about with the comment?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Katia.
Okay. Sorry.
That's my home. She good people though.
All right. I'll let you figure that out for me.
She good people.
Okay. Who else is on here?
got
Shout outs to
everything.
Corey. I see Corey for the first time. Thank
Shout
you.
out to my guy Pat.
Kenny.
Shout out to Uncle Kenny.
JJ.
Shout out to Black. Shout out to
Victoria. Thank you.
Shout out to Chops. I seen Chops on there. Shout out to my man Shaka. What's up, Shock? I see you. Shout out to my guy Nick. Nick, what up, dude? Yo, remember that conversation, bro? Keep me in mind. You know, he about to hook me up too. I'll talk to you.
Shout outs to that guy, Power Surge, DJ
Oh,
Power
shout out-
Surge, doing
shout
the
out-
thing.
My guy Juan. Papito. What up, B?
I've been telling Power Surge I was going to go to one of his parties. I haven't gone out yet.
Yeah, I got a couple people that.
Shout outs to Rudley,
Too.
just peeping his head. Stop fronting on these shows, B. You always talk a good game. You fronting, bro.
No, man. We got to get them on. But yeah, that's about it, man. We about to be out of here.
Who else? Someone's saying you doing your shit. Michael Grand.
Oh, Mike Grande. What up, Mike?
Grande.
Yes.
Por
my
favor.
guy.
I apologize.
Yeah, Mike. What's up, Mike?
All right, man. I'm done.
So we out, man.
Are we doing anything music-wise for them or not? Any happy birthdays? I feel like we're
Shit.
forgetting something.
There was some birthdays today, but I don't remember.
Oh, happy birthday to my homie West Money.
Oh,
West
happy
Money
birthday to
was,
West.
you know what I
Happy
mean?
birthday to my homie Mark too, Mark Slade. Happy birthday, bro. I see you, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch it in there so he knows I said it. I said happy birthday to him yesterday, but you know, like they say, you gotta give people their flowers while they're here, man.
Always, man. Always.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And on that note,
And we out, man.
that's all I got. Peace.